I think England is far more warmer than here. I'm going to say it's actually 4 degrees here, even though it's sunny and beautiful, but it's a bit cool. So guys, I'm doing a bit of the canal tour. Look at this fine building here. You guys gonna shoot there. When I come back on the canal, going for a canal tour. I guess it says £9 for. Okay, it's £9. I don't know, it's just myself. Let's see how it goes, guys. Okay. So we're good. So this is a canal. So yeah, let's walk to the ticket center. Oh God. Yeah, step is not funny. I'm not going to tell what's that. So this is a canal. So yeah, let's walk to the ticket center. Oh God. Yeah, step is not funny. I'm not going to tell what's that. Allow you into the boat, guys. Like, yay! Okay. I think I'm the only one in this boat. They usually teach you how to climb in and climb that. So these are our riders here. I might just take a quick picture, guys. So I mean, that's where I came to Amsterdam. So oh yes, I did quick pictures. You know my cameras are live, so yeah, I did quick pictures from the few people that were inside the boat already. Amsterdam is freezing, guys. Like seriously, this country is worse than UK. As in, your legs become literally so freaking numb. You can't even. I have to quickly come and do this video, take pictures, and you know now. Bye, guys. So I took some of these quick pictures, guys. God was not here. As in, the court is literally not your mate. Sincerely speaking, God. Okay. This is all the tours I'll be doing today. Oh God. My hands are gone. Oh God, my hands are gone, guys. Like, this is cold. Amsterdam is freezing. I don't know, it's like 4 degrees here, but it's freezing, guys. But I'm literally loving my pictures, my videos. So guys, I'm back into the boat, please. I cannot come and die. This is how it looks like. Time for us to leave. I'm getting very short now, guys. I know that. I can't wait to move. Show you guys anywhere. Me too, I'm excited. So guys, for this particular boat cruise, I won't be using my voice. The tour guide and the driver is going to do everything, because he's going to be giving us the history about Amsterdam, how it came into existence, and every other details you need to hear. So you'll be hearing my voice in most of this particular video. Our tour guide actually watch out, and I don't think this video is almost an hour, so I'm going to cut it down to 50 no, to 30 minutes, so that I can upload it properly. So then I'll do the final part about later. But come guys, let's talk Amsterdam. I will let him speak a bit while I also speak a bit in between the videos, okay?
Later made out of the swamp area that was here. And you see there, 21st century, when they made the railroad, they made islands and so on. Later we come back from a little further, but we go into this canal first. The building with the flags is about the next story. This building is 100 years old, 1916, this building. But it is built on island, an island created in 1640, that land. But later we come back from there, behind the restaurant there. Open Haven, Krommewaal. Look into your left, you will see the Scheepvaart House, shipping house, built by 6 major Amsterdam shipping companies to serve as their head office. This building is also known as the House with 1,000 Windows. It was built in the famous style.
It is now a hotel, Amrat Hotel. Beautiful, very Art Deco. This was the fashion, Art Nouveau, Art Deco, Jugendstil, you know. This was early 20th century style, all over the world. But Amsterdam School is one of these forms, and there is whole neighborhoods in south of the center made in this style. The houses there. You see Amsterdam Hotel. The brick very decorative. You see all kind of statues and faces and so on. But it was office. Office. Now hotel. With respect of the officemen.
We are now sailing the old inner harbour of Amsterdam, the Kromme and the Oude Waal. Behind the locks, ships were docked, sheltered from the sea. Many companies involved in shipping were located in this area. There are lumber yards, rope makers for the production of ropes, and storage areas for tar, which was used to protect warehouses of wooden ships.
Most of these houses have floors for storage.
The Newmarket area.
You see old warehouse, that's why you have the hooks to pull things in the houses. Even new houses there at the corner, you see they have hooks on the top. Because there's no elevator and it's the only way to move your furniture in. But these are also houses, these boats, houseboats. We have a total amount of 2,500 and new, and they all have license for
and literally almost 7 minutes into the boat cruise, and this is how far we've come. Like, guys, Amsterdam is really amazing. You can imagine that this particular country was built on water. Like, houses in this particular location is expensive. Like, this is literally best looked for out there. Like, this is the hottest cake. People live on this boat. Like, people literally live on this boat, and you'll be amazed at how much they cost, you know?
All of the houseboats are connected to all of the facilities. People are willing to pay considerable amounts for these floating houses.
Because, you know, real estate, there's no room for big real estate. And you know, every city real estate, expensive. Also here. And in this historical center, even more expensive. That's why also the real estate mafia in the houseboats, business. Also very, because new ones not allowed. That's why, you know, price. Now a little story about this town. Oh, this was Ireland, Ireland, and in front of us is all swamp soil made into ground to build. Later, 16th, 17th century.
To your right, we can see the Montalbans Tower, the old defence tower. The bottom part of the tower dates back to the 15th century, while the top part was built onto it in the 17th century. In the past, the tower had the nickname Mulle Jarpie, or Silly Jake, because the clock was off for a considerable time.
Now, you see the brick part of this tower. Guards look over the swamp area for the protection of Amsterdam. Now, then they create land there, they create land. Yeah, when the trouble started with the clock. Because the top, the soil is not so stable. And it started to wiggle and waggle. One night it was 80 centimeters sinking. So they need to keep it straight and they put extra fundament. And then the trouble with the clock started. Because the top is put on it like 150 years after the brick part was built. So this once also was boundary, this canal.
The canal we are sailing now is called Ouderschuts, or Old Ramp. Yet another of the old defensive canals of the city. In the past, the city walls were on your right-hand side.
That was only a short time, like 10 years or so. And then, you know, the next story is about the paper house, the pepper house. That's there with the shutters, a step gable, we call that. It's an old storage place, you hear. And peperduur, you will hear about it. I'll give you an example of peperduur. This house, 3 years ago, it was sold for 1.2 million. That's what we call peperduur.
To your left, you can see an old warehouse with window bars. This is where the pepper used to be stored and preserved. As pepper was more expensive than gold at the time, the window bars were a necessity. This is also the origin of the Dutch expression peperduur, as expensive as pepper.
You understand that? And we have also the expression like a pepper bill. A gepeperde rekening. If a bill is very expensive, you say it's a gepeperde rekening, a pepper bill. You see also some nice decorative stones in this building. It's a school from the early 20th century, and these are gevelstenen. These are decorations that were from the houses that stood there, 17th century, and they had all a name. And this name was on this stone, this decorative stone. And you know, all the houses had a name until the time of Napoleon. Until the time of Napoleon, houses were only known by name, and after, people had to make a name for themselves, and the houses became numbered. You see here, luxury suites. It's not the name, it's a modern building, but it's got the same model as the old warehouse with the name the Grote Zwaan, the Big Swan. This is an old storage place. Now it's all apartments, of course. And there, the Kleine Pauw, the little peacock. There's the new Theatre and Dance Academy, not so really successful, beautiful building. But next door, now we are at the position where there was also the barrier to protect for the flooding. This was all open to the sea, this water.
On the left, at the top of the bridge, is a very slanted little house, the lockkeeper's house on the St. Anthony Lock. This was once one of the sea locks of Amsterdam. Rembrandt once lived behind it, in a house with the window shutters. This is the Rembrandt house.
This is lock. Here you see the doors, only decoration now. We have a much bigger protection further. Here is the Rembrandt house with the red shutters. Beautiful. It's where the famous painter used to live. I don't know if you know Rembrandt. You know Rembrandt? He lived there when he was very wealthy. And it's now a museum. You can see how he lived there, how he worked there. Beautiful museum, Rembrandt. But as you see, it's probably one of the oldest buildings here. As you see, it's not all old. Now we see a lot of new things, also new housing. And also a beautiful old church on that side. We see a better way later on, but new city hall. And here the Waterlooplein on the right. As today is no market, tomorrow there's market.
To your left is the Waterlooplein, or Waterloo Square. This is the most famous second-hand market in Amsterdam. The market sprang up as a place to trade in the middle of the Jewish quarter of Amsterdam. The market is open from Monday to Saturday.
Now this used to be a canal until 1860. A canal called Houtgracht. They fill it up and then the name came Waterlooplein. Because this square building from the 1980s, City Hall, I don't know who decided that, but it's City Hall. And it's built in 19, but the soil, what it's created, where it's built on, was created in the 1590s. And at that time, a lot of people from Jewish religion came to the north from South Europe, because the Jewish people had in South Europe two choices: or be Catholic or be killed. So they came to the more freedom-loving north, and they bought a lot of new properties in this new soil. So this was also the place where the first synagogue was built in Amsterdam, and also the birthplace of a very important thinker, Spinoza. I don't know if you know Spinoza, never heard of it. Interesting guy. Go to the Google Spinoza. There's a statue of him there. On the statue is a beautiful sentence from his book Ethica, Latin of course, Ethica.
Yeah,
and the sentence goes, "The purpose of a nation is freedom." Good idea. He said also he was almost killed by Jewish people because he need to go out of Amsterdam. He need to flee from Amsterdam because he said, God, if there is a God, he cannot be watching over us. God is everywhere. God is nature, nature is God. So, that was not to the liking of the Jewish people. They almost killed him and he had to flee from Amsterdam. But he's a very inspirational guy. Now we are on the Amstel for a short time because I turn around, I go to the 17th century. After the next bridge there is 17th century. But I go, let's listen to this first, the story of Amstel.
We are now sailing the Amstel River. In the past, the Amsterdam was one of the rivers that used to flow out into the sea. The first inhabitants settled on the estuaries of this river, founding the place we have come to call Amsterdam. The first inhabitants built their houses on the higher ground. These first inhabitants were fishermen and farmers.
There were 3 little villages close to the mouth of the river, and after they made the dam where we just broke through it, later we go again through it. Amsterdam is only mentioned the first time in 1275.
So Amsterdam was first mentioned in 1275. Guys, you can imagine how long that is. Like, it just like people who lived in these places where most of the, especially the Jews. If you could hear our tour guide, he was giving a bit of details of how Amsterdam actually came into, how the name came into existence, and how people started living around this area. You can see that some of their houses are kind of tilted, like look as if they are falling, kind of. So he's just giving the explanation of how few people that, and talking about war and how people came to start living in this particular area. Yeah, like he was showing us some of the tilted buildings on this particular axis. So if you look closely, you see it's tilted. I kind of zoomed into some of them. Look at it, wow.
Now that is not the only reason why they started to move, but also the vibration of the heavy cars in the last century. But these quaysides were made for horses and carriages, and later, you know, a lot of shifting went on. But you can safely walk there. They put new fundaments extra under them. So, and over there you see a tower, it's the Mint Tower. That is where the single ends. Later we come a little bit single, we see the north part of it. The single was the western boundary until 1585. Next to the tower, the Munttoren, the Mint Tower, there is the flower market on the single canal, on the single. In the oldest part of the city, the canals are called Wal, W-A-L. Groenburg Wal, Lovinsburg Wal, Zwanenburg Wal. But we go now to the 17th century where they make a new name for the canals, Gracht. They thought it was very chic, Gracht. Well, these Dutchies, you know, it's an ugly language. Huh? We have to do with it, we understand each other anyway. There is a square called Rembrandtsplein, there's dancing and so on, you know, the nightlife, Rembrandtsplein. Of course, it's not always called Rembrandtplein, things change also in name. Now, Waterlooplein, first it was called the Flooding Island, when there were canals around it. And then this word, it morphed into Flea Island. Floyenburg, the flea market behind it, you know, so. But it is was called the Flooding Island. Now Waterlooplein, after 1860.
On the left-hand side is the Waterlooplein, or Waterloo Square, now largely covered by the City Hall and Music Theatre. This used to be the centre of the Jewish neighbourhood.
So now it is one big show here, because okay, that's a beautiful theater where they sing and dance. The opera and ballet.
Take a look at the National Museum, guys. This is like almost the city center. If you see, like the National Opera, where the rich and the mighty come and watch people sing. I'm sure you guys have seen a bit of, if you watch mostly all those opera music, yeah, like Amsterdam has a great history about those kind of stuff. So if you really want to enjoy a bit of theater, opera, drama, yeah, you can actually come to Amsterdam. It's actually a very beautiful place. And this bridge, and this particular bridge, just hear what he said about this bridge, guys.
Eclectic style, you know, very fashionable in 1880. And this street on the left side from this bridge used to be a canal called the Leopard's Canal, Leprozengracht. Now it's called Waterlooplein. 1860, same with the canal where the market was. One project, they fill it up. But in a few moments, we leave the Amstel River, we go in the most beautiful canal, the Herengracht. there's a museum in an old retirement home from 1680, the retirement home. Now the Heart Museum. But look at these bridges.
The Markova, or Skinny Bridge, we see ahead of us now, is one of the oldest bridges in the city. This bridge, that was constructed in the
Still
early 17th
manpower on boats,
century,
huh?
commemorates the even narrower bridge that was located here before that.
People, of course, this from the time, these bridges is from the time that people had muscles and the boat had a mast. They pull it open and let the boat pass. And that is, of course, that's different. Now it goes all electric. They still work, but electric, like this boat, electric. It's the most photograph. Tonight it will be in light, there will be a lot of light. Oh, there's also Light Festival. We'll see some of the art objects from the Light Festival also in this Herengracht.
We are now getting to the Herengracht, or Gentleman's Canal. This canal was dug in the 17th century. The canal houses here are the largest and most beautiful in Amsterdam. At Koi Shipping Company, we consider this one of the most stunning canals in the city.
Yeah, but also modern charging cars. Okay, now you see, for instance, single, double. Double houses, the wet dream of the rich merchant. I mean, this was really, if you could afford to pay a bigger piece of ground, Charles Huck Domney blessed this house. Or here, one house, now two. There, ING Bank, used to be family house. And this used to be family. Now, there's a few apartments. Or a beautiful museum here.
On your right, at number 605, you
at the
can
bicycle.
find the Village
Pulled out of the
Museum
water.
from the late 17th century.
I'll come to that later.
This museum has been completely brought back to the lifestyle of the regents in the 16th and 17th century.
Now here you see also some single houses with neck gable, they call the type of gable. But look at the top, at the neck, you see both sides, the bears. On the other side is the crocodiles. It's the house with the crocodiles. There was no National Geographic, they didn't know how a crocodile looked, you see. The problem in Amsterdam is the weak soil. If you look at the brick walls, here you see cracks in the walls. It's because of the vibration. This is something we have to fix. This is a dreadful thing, and we are busy fixing this as I speak. This bridge is rebuilt, this part also, because it was also too wibbly wobbly.
At your right, at number 579, we can see a house with a beautiful statue on the facade, depicting St. George and the Dragon standing on an elephant head.
There it is, beautiful. It makes the house really stand out. If you look to the other side, this whole side is Waldorf Astoria Hotel, but it used to be family houses for very rich and important people. Now they stay there in a very expensive hotel, Waldorf Astoria. For the Light Festival, it's called, there you see, Artificial Humans, it's called.
We are now approaching an exceptionally beautiful spot. On our left side, we can see the 7 arched bridges of the Reguliers Canal in a row. This is probably one of the most photographed spots in Amsterdam.
Look at that side, you see the 7 bridges. Not bitches, but bridges. You see these metal slabs that put them to enforce the quayside. This fundament of this quayside is in a very bad condition. 2 quaysides spontaneously collapsed. Okay, houses like you see over here too, that they took care of. They put extra fundament. But quayside, public territory, maintenance was a bit of a problem. Wait a minute, I let the rowing boat pass. because it's maybe better for them. Let me see. Oké, gas erop. Doei doei. So this quayside we have to repair. This is a very bad point because that's why they put the slabs. But 60 kilometer has to be renewed. 60 kilometer has to.
Guys, this country is literally amazing
See,
and had a
oh yeah.
very
You know,
good
our
history.
country,
Like
we don't have
really
natural stuff in the Netherlands.
like to
We have
hear
to
about
import
it.
So if
We
you
want
put,
to know about
make
it.
your house like that.
So yes, we like
but
going
the-
back
that's
to
natural stuff.
Amsterdam.
It's very expensive. So it's
Definitely,
showing
I
up.
would definitely
This is
visit
now
this country
business. It's a
again.
ritual company.
There's some
at,
places I
Bulgaria.
tell myself I will never go to.
So
I
it's all,
won't go again.
like, you know,
But
brick
Amsterdam
is
is
the
somewhere I'm going to
natural
touch down
material
again, guys.
to build in
It's
our
so
country.
beautiful.
That we can make from the clay from rivers.
The boat
We
cruise
have it
literally
in Northern
is
Europe.
going to
So
take
there's a
you
lot of
everywhere. I think this is the best store for me. Like, I don't think I need any other tour guide to
even
show
the
me
soil
anything
where the
because
piles are
this
standing on,
actually is
not
everything,
rock,
you
it's
know.
very hard sand.
This
There,
is
you see
almost
on
the
top
whole
of
of
the house
Amsterdam.
up there?
So
Statue.
stick with me, guys.
Here
I'll
is
be
the
going off now. This is the end of our part 2 because I can't actually fix all the videos into this particular one. So watch out for part 3. That'll be the last part, I promise. You guys, this is I don't know. Don't worry. Listen to our tour guide and hear what he said. I think this is where their prime minister stays. Yeah, I think this prime minister. I don't know, but kind of trying to listen to it so that you know a bit of what and what is here. You need to go see Amsterdam. Trust me, you need to go see Amsterdam. It's not me. It's not about me talking right now. It's about you going to visit. So yeah, I will put the part 3 out next week so that you guys will see how far we've come.
You can
Bye.
go in there for free. It's the archive of Amsterdam with the oldest documents, old films, old maps, all kind of things. This golden band is what in front of us. We call it the golden band. It's the most famous rich area. If you want to see paintings of this area when it was just completed, go to the National Museum. There are paintings of the 1660s when it was just finished.
We are now sailing the Houdenbocht,
Museum for
Golden
cat
Bend,
stuff.
where the richest merchants used to live in the 17th century. People who had made it big in this powerful trading town obviously had to show it. Their houses have extra large doors and small upper windows. This would make the buildings look even larger and higher. These houses are now used as banks, office buildings and consulates. In the past, a single family would have lived there. The door underneath the stairs was strictly for the use of staff members.
On the end is the Rijksmuseum. A museum where you could see paintings of this area when it was just pristine. They were very proud of this new skyline of the modern world. 1660, yeah. But now you see, there's no more apartments, no more houses, it's bureaus, very prestigious business area. And during weekdays, not now, but during weekdays it's also full.
Yeah, we've concluded our part 2 now, guys. I will put out the next video pretty soon. Watch out for part 3. Bye.